Alrighty. Well, this is Madeline from Madeline's Craft Room, and I'm really excited to show you one of the new products in our new annual catalog. And this here is the one set that really caught my eye, and just so excited about it. I love the times that we have a wreath, and this time it's not a wreath with any kind of holidays. It's just a nice greenery wreath. And then we have all these stamps here, and absolutely love that. I'm not sure if that is for sure a ginkgo leaf, but it sure looks like one, and I absolutely love them. So I guess that's one of the reasons I was attracted to this one. As well, I love this cute little flower. I love that we've got a little splotch. And look at this. I don't know if that's a wheat or whatever that flower is. And of course the fern. And all these images are all with dies that can cut out. And then we got a few standalone dies, as you'll see later when we use some of these. And what I really like about them is that we have, they've given us 2 of the larger and 3 of the smaller. And so that's really nice when you're making up a card, because you can do several at once. And then this beautiful label die, which is very pretty. So those are the dies. I'm going to move that over here for now. And then the stamp set we'll put over here. And then we have, and I don't know, oh, Marilyn. Hello, Marilyn. I was hoping you could join us tonight. This is the Fern Embossing Folder. And the best way to show you is the actual embossed, and you may not be able to see it on the white. So let's try. Can you see it? I think you can see it better when I've got it on the colored cardstock. Isn't that ever beautiful? Oh my goodness, I am absolutely loving that. Isn't it nice, Rondi? Yes, and so I'm going to show you some cards tonight using sun prints, but especially this embossing folder. And so, just like I had here, you have the cardstock. All I did with this green one is take my white, I used my blending brush, my white one, or you could use a sponge dauber or a sponge, and I just very lightly went over it with the white craft ink, which is this here. And then you get to be able to see the beautiful fern a little bit better with that one. So that is one way that we can do it. And of course, any color cardstock. And then there's another way, and that is by taking our white. Ooh, you love that, eh? Yes. Doesn't that ever look pretty? This is the, which I think this is shaded spruce that I use, Carol. Yes, very pretty. And so this one here on the embossing folder, you can see that I've taken, again, now my garden green with the blending brush, and I've just lightly gone over it now to make the green show up. So that's how you do that. And now I'm going to show you another way. We're going to put my embossing folder. Now, here is a technique that uses the white craft ink as well. And this here, again, it just depends what side you're going to put your ink. So if you put the ink on the side with the actual fern sticking up, then you are going to get a different image compared to here I did the opposite. So either you're going to get the negative or the positive, depending on which side you put the ink on. Now, for tonight, I'm not going to use the white craft ink, because when you do the white craft ink, you do have to wash your embossing folder right away. And because I'm on camera, I don't want to have to do that. I'm just going to use our new, which one is this one? Starry Sky. And let me see, I need my white paper. Oh, I can't pick it up with my fingers. Come here. So we're just going to use a normal card front in a minute. But what we want to do here is now decide which way. So normally when I ink up a embossing folder, I do it on the side that says Stampin' Up. So I'm just going to turn it around just so it's easier for me being right-handed. And all you're going to do is take the stamp pad right to the embossing folder, and you're just going to ink it up. I do find that when you use the darker colors, it definitely works better. Let's see, I don't want to do too much, but maybe like that. Now, I do have to take this to my embossing folder or my cut and emboss machine. So before you do this, very carefully put it down, because if you move your paper, then you're going to have a real smudgy look. So lift up very carefully, and I'm going to carry this like this very quickly over to my cut and emboss, because I'm just going to run that through and emboss it, and you'll see some terrific magic. Okay, here I come. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna lift this up. Oh, come here. So there we have that image. So that's how easy it is. Now you can see here, this looks very dirty. It will be okay to let it sit for a while I finish the video, and then you just rinse it in the sink with some warm water, and that's all you need to do to clean it. If you were using, of course, the white craft ink, then, oh, hi, Leanne, then you will want to make sure that you wash it with just a little bit of light dish soap and clean it off. So there we go. And I should say, if you didn't use the cut and emboss machine, I did try this. This is a very light version of it, and what I did there is I put the ink again on the embossing folder, put my paper in, and then on top of the embossing folder, I just took a block and I just rubbed all on top of it. Actually, no, I didn't use a block. I used one of the white eraser blocks that we have. So you can see it does not do it very deep, but actually it has kind of a pretty effect as well. There we go. So now let's move this over here. And now we're going to make our card. So this is the card we're going to make. What you think? Isn't that pretty? Okay, so what we're going to do, we got a few things here. Now, I had this one here where I had already done this with the white craft ink. So I'm going to use this one just like the one that I just showed you. I've misplaced all my pieces here. What have I done? Here's my card. So I'm using a white card base. I'm using this one here, which is again the Starry Sky, one of our new in colors. And then I use the white craft ink with the Fern 3D embossing folder. So with that, what we're going to do here, and again, here's the difference. I did also this side, and I might actually just use that side tonight. I actually quite like that. Isn't that pretty? Oh, there we have Tanya tonight. So again, this is what's exciting, is you can just choose to use whatever side you want. Just to make it a little different from the one I did before, we're just going to do this side. So just glue that with your multi-purpose glue or any seal that you like. I like to use Tombow glue when I am using the deeper 3D embossing folders. You like that paper? This actually, Tanya, isn't even the designer paper. This is just the Starry Sky cardstock, which I ran through the embossing folder with white craft ink. So I made my own designer paper. Although the other designer paper is fabulous. But again, tonight I'm just focusing mostly on the embossing folder that comes with this suite. The color, yes, you like that color? I do too. I will be having many more cards and ideas coming because as I do my Catalague Launch Party, which is coming up on the 25th and the 26th. So I'm just giving you some little sneak peeks, but there is a lot more to come. So what we're going to do now is we're going to work on our stamped piece. And where is, oh, it's hiding under my other card. Don't hide that. Okay, so what I did here is I took one of the contour dies, and I have this piece here, and where is my stamp? So on this card, you can tell me what you like. I actually stamped the image on top of this contour die. Now, we could do that, or another thing we could do for something different is we could lay this on top of there. So, how do you sign up for the launch party? Oh, well, you know what, Tanya? If you go to my blog, there are the different links to everything that's on my Stampin' Up! Website. And then that way you can say you're coming and I can get you all registered and signed up. Because I'm going to be preparing some kits and free make and takes. So that will be a lot of fun. You'll want to get in on that. So I think what I'm going to do, looks good using the die cut. Yeah, let's try that. Hey, Leanne? But first, I've got to add some bling. Sorry. We got to use a little bit of Winkostella here. And I'm just going to color in this beautiful starry sky. So we're just going to go on here. Can't really see too much yet, but when you look up close, so I'll hold it up to the camera and hopefully you can see the difference. I've got to have some bling on there. But isn't that pretty? I'm quite sure that is what we call a ginkgo leaf. And I love the ginkgo leaves. Now what do I do with my lid? All right, let's have a look. I don't know if you can see the sparkle. Oh, maybe a little bit. Okay. Of course. We got to have our sparkle and bling, don't we? Okay, so here we go. Now, are we going to pop it is going to be the next question. On this particular one, I just had a few of these leaves here, and I had 3 smaller ones. And I also, and I don't know if I can see here, can you see that I put some vellum in there with that? And you're going to see why in a minute. Because what I also did, you can see this beautiful wreath that we have. And this wreath, I actually cut out. And we are going to do something different, as you can imagine. And our next card that we're going to make the standard way of using the wreath. But I'm going to show you a different way. And that is we're going to actually snip our wreath, just like that. And where's another join? Maybe right, where does it start? Maybe right there. Okay, and the reason I do that is because I want to be able to put that around this piece. I just thought it added a little more texture to be able to put it around. Oh, there's Joanne. Hello, Joanne. And so what I kind of am going to look at, well, you might have a few little holes you want to pop through there yet, but kind of have an idea how you want to do that. But first, what I did is I put a little Stampin' Seal just in the corners and a little bit up on the side. And so what I'm going to do is hold this up, and then I am going to see which way I want to put this. So I'm kind of thinking, maybe like this on the bottom, because you don't want it to stick out too much because you don't want it to be on the white part of the cardstock. So what we're going to do here, let's see, I might even cut this one more time. Let's see, maybe we can make a break right there and a break right there. Get that off of there. Oops. And I don't want to layer them too much, or overlap, I should say. Oops. And then we have everything sticking to it. We've got our other one here. Let's see, I think we'll break that off there. And how about here? So you can cut it wherever you like. So let's see, I'm going to put that here. So because we've got the seal on the back, then it makes it quite easy to just stick that on there. And this one, I think I'm just going to snip it right here. So we have a little bit that we can use another time. But here we go. So now we've got this nicely laid out on the edges. And what I did as well is I took my dimensionals, whoops, sticking to my fingers, and I just put some on the back here. Just like that, and we'll make sure we don't have it flop in the middle. There's my garbage here. Okay, so we're going to definitely pop this one. I think it looks nice when you can pop that layer. All right, bring our card in here, and I think we're going to put it this way. Again, I don't want them to go over the white line too much. I think that looks pretty good. Did I get it straight? Hopefully. Looks, I think, okay. All right, and here we put the Wingkiss Stella on our ginkgo leaf. And are we going to pop this? I think we should pop this. What do you guys think? Should we pop that? The other option is we have a fern here too, whether we want to add the fern. I don't think we want to add the fern. Me too. You think we should? Okay. So another thing I'm going to do, Rondi pop. Okay, let's pop it. I am just going to snip this piece that is attaching these two, because when I have this popped up, I want to be able to have this kind of peeking through it. So before we pop it, we're going to just put a little bit of seal on the back. And now we're going to just stick a few of these pieces wherever we want to put them. So let's see, maybe some on the front, some on the back, maybe one could be coming in here. This is very individual, whatever you kind of like to maybe put some in the front, but I think we need to have another piece of vellum that's going to maybe come around the back, and maybe, let's see, how about one right there? And I think I'm going to put that maybe behind. Okay, time to pop this. Now, what did I do with my dimensionals? Okay, so let's put them, my hand is sticking to the seal. Okay, this one on here. Oh, I got lots of adhesive. I'm sticking everywhere. Yeah, it's a good way to be able to stick them all on there, well, not all, but some of them on there before we put on the rest of the goodies. All right, so now we can take our ginkgo leaf, and where are we going to put it? I'm going to stand it up, maybe going this way this time? No, I think we should go this way. And I see a little bit too much here. I'm going to just cut that guy off. He seems to be interfering. Okay, so let's finish putting these guys on here now. Now we can decide. Oh, and we have a hello yet too. So this round circle, how I got that is by using the Picture This dies, and I cut out one of the circles because I felt that it was just a nice small size, and I thought I would use, again, hello. So we'll put that on there. Beautiful starry sky. And I'll put it a little closer so I can see what I'm doing. The nice thing about circles is you don't really have to line it up and make it straight. You just put it in the middle and you can turn your circle around. So that's always a smart way to do it if you struggle. Oh, I got a little bit on the end. Guess that's where we're going to put something. That's okay. So we're going to stick that circle there. So we're going to take our dimensionals again. And I've lost them again. See, that's what happens when you don't put them back where they belong. All right. Oof, let's see what this card looks like. We're almost there. Maybe right there. Yeah, because I didn't want to double up there with those ones. Okay, so now we can finish. We can maybe stick, and what I do for these little guys is I just take a little bit of glue and put a little bit on the stem because I don't really mind if they're going to stick up a little bit. Oops. As you see, I'm trying to hide my oopsie. You know, nobody will know. Hide it with an embellishment or like I just did here with a die. There's so many different ways that you can do it. And I think I'm going to sneak that one maybe under there. One more. Where should we put this one? Any ideas? Should we put it on this side? What do you guys think? Put it on that side? Let me know what you think. And I'm going to bring in some iridescent. Aren't these beautiful? Woohoo! Talk about sparkle and bling. Those are so gorgeous. Yes. Okay. So I think it is stuck on there. So hey, there we go. All right. So let's use these beautiful embellishments. I think I'm going to put it on this side this time. And let's see. Where are we going to put it? Down. Where should we put it? Over here? No, I think we're going to put it here. Decisions. There. I think over there. Okay. So there we have it. And inside, all I did was put the blue around the outside and put our beautiful ginkgo flower inside. So there we have a beautiful card. Now, these are in the blue, and I chose blue because I love blue, but also the designer paper, which you're going to see at my catalog launch, is blue, and they are fabulous. So that's where you'll see a fair bit of blue, but I'm going to change it up, and now we are going to use mostly the wreath because we're going to make this card. Isn't that ever pretty? Oops, my ribbon is falling off. Goodness. So how do we do that? Again, you can see I've used the embossing folder. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a piece of card front, and now where did I put my stamp set? Right here. We're going to choose the fern and stick that on there. Now, when you do this, we are going to emboss it, but it is very important that you do your stamping first and then emboss. So we're going to do these very much random, not any exact order. One thing I have found, and I don't know if it's because I'm maybe bending or rocking my stamp a bit, turn it around and make sure that you have it all inked, because I've done that a few times and it hasn't been, and it's like, what did I do? So just make sure it's on there. Let's turn this around and go this way. Let's go this way. Let's go here. Oopsie, I forgot to look. Good thing I was safe that time. I think I'll put that one over, and then I'm going to put that one there. Okay. So as you can see, very much, oh, hi, Rita. There she is. Very much random. There was no particular order. I just put the ferns all the way around it. And so now you are going to take our embossing folder, which I still have dirty, but you know how to put that through the embossing folder. And I have had one ready here. Okay, so we're using, that was Garden Green, and I'm using a Evening Evergreen card base. And here you can you see the fern stamp, but also the embossing that's on there. So there we go. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to glue this side. So again, here's the other side, which is quite beautiful as well. And we're just going to put the Tombow glue on there like that. Turn that around. And stick that down. There we go. Beautiful, just like that. But we are going to make this card. So how do we do that? Well, the next step is using a white wreath, and I am going to use a few different colors to color it. So because I have the Evening Evergreen card base, I'm going to use Evening Evergreen. I'm going to use my favorite, Pear Pizzazz. And I'm going to also use some of our new Parakeet Party. So here we go. Where's my brush? And when we do this, I'm just going to move it here for a little bit just because I don't want to get my arms in there. Again, just dot off a little bit and then choose a few spots that you're just going to color a little part of it. So I kind of did about 2 or 3 of each color, kind of in different spots. They're all greenery. Oh, there's a few pieces I didn't punch out there. The nice thing is this die cuts out so nicely that you can see there sure wasn't very many to pop out. So I'm going to put that one there. Now I'm going to go to Pear Pizzazz. And you can see by what is going on here that you could make some beautiful masks of your wreath as well by just using this as your piece to color, and you end up with another beautiful piece underneath. So many options. And when we're using our embossing folder, you can go to my YouTube channel or even on my blog, and I have a recent video that I did on how to use your embossing folders with all kinds of tips. So you'll want to check that out because there are so many things you can do with these beautiful embossing folders. And I love my embossing folders. Always have. They're just so beautiful. And I love the 3D. It just adds so much more texture. So as you can see here, I'm just going around and covering in a few spots. And then what I sometimes like to do is I like to take my lighter color and I just kind of go over the darker colors as well. Just, I don't know, it kind of livens it up a little bit. I don't know how else to describe that. See how it's kind of pale there? And then you put that on top. Just goes, hey, wake up. So there we have it. What color did you use the stamping on the fern? I use garden green, Leanne. So this one here, garden green is what I used on the fern. But again, you could use anything. I just didn't want to have the fern too dark, but I thought that the garden green looked like a real fern color to me. So we're going to close up these three colors before Madeline gets her hands into them. Okay, so now here is our card. Oops, and you know what I forgot? I forgot to cut out one more wreath. What did I do with my wreath? I've got my, oh, right in front of me. Hang on, I'm just going to cut one more. It helps to have a darker color behind it so that it has a better chance to pop a bit. Sorry, I thought I had them all cut out. So I'm using Evening Evergreen because that is the color of my card stock. So here we go. And again, you can see there's just a few spots. Just like that. So you can see it kind of gets lost on there. But when you ground it with the darker green, see what a difference that makes? Really, really, really pretty. You like the colors on the, yes. And again, you could use whatever colors, right? Or how many ever colors you like. But yes, doesn't that parakeet really liven it up? Love it. And again here, it's how you're going to layer these. Oh, there's a few more spots. So you can see there's quite a large piece that goes out here. So I just tend to make sure that I kind of put them on opposites so that at least then you kind of have more points that are sticking out rather than them being exactly the same. So all I did, and if it's not exactly where, it's okay. All I did was take a few spots with my glue and go around, just around the basic circle part. Let's see. I think that looks good enough to at least attach it. So here's that part that's sticking out. So I'm going to make sure that I put it in a different spot. Okay. There we go. And now we need to do our sentiment. This is the beautiful label die that comes with it. You like that, Carol? Yes. And so I'm going to use Evening Evergreen because I really like to be able to use the darker colors rather than black most times. Not all the time, but most times. So which one should we use here? Best wishes and happy thoughts or thankful? Which one should we use? Whoop, and I'm dropping it. Well, let's try thankful. All right. Now I need my block again. Okay. So I love the fact that they've got a little printing and a little bit of the font as well, the calligraphy font. I'm just going to stand up so I can see here. See if I can get it straight. Not bad. All right. Very fine. It's not a really dark, bold. It's just very dainty looking. So we've got that ready. And the wreath, I did actually glue right onto the wreath because I am going to pop the sentiment. And it is a little hard if you're trying to pop this just because there's so many little holes. So we're just going to glue this one on here. Put it right in the middle. Just like that. Whoops, still sliding. Got to stick there for a second. Okay, now this is where we want to pop the sentiment. You like that font too, Leanne? Yes, it's very pretty. Yeah, I love it that they have a best wishes and they have thank you. What else was on there? I lost my stamp. Hello, and you're on my mind. So very much sentiments that we can use for quite a few occasions. Okay, did I get them all off? So in this case, I am going to put this one in the middle because I find that this middle wreath here kind of distracts from it. So I'm going to put my sentiment in the middle. I just felt that looked kind of nice there. And then the ribbon I used is our in colors from last year. This is the Evening Evergreen, which is so pretty that it's a nice sheer ribbon. And I'm just going to tie a little bow, just like that. And then I'm going to take a snip. Okay. Might do some more trimming, but it's a good start. And then we're going to take our bow to the glue dot and just attach that. I might want to put it down a little bit because it's covering up the thank you. So I think I'm going to put it down there instead. Okay, now, here we go. What are we going to put for, I have my rhinestones. Think the rhinestones will work? Sure, why not, hey? Okay. I thought I had my in-color embellishments, but they're not going to be here till Monday. So right now, I'll have to use these beauties. Actually, I think I'm going to put that, change my mind, maybe. Where are we going to put that? Maybe up there. And then take one of these guys and put it there. And maybe a small one. Where should we put the small one? Decisions. That side, that side. I think we'll put that up there. Okay. All righty. So there we have it. We have this beautiful wreath. Oh, this one I put hello on there. So again, just a little bit different, but I love that wreath. And then these were the other two that, of course, we made using the, and this particular one, I did use the craft white ink on the starry sky. You like that? And then I got two more to show you. I was having a great time yesterday, feeling better, and I couldn't stop with the sun prints. So don't worry, I have even more to show you for the catalog launch, but I'm going to show you two other sneak peeks because this one, again, uses the embossing folder. And all I did with this embossing folder is I took my marker and also the Winkostella, which is here. And all I did with that was do the spray like this. And that's how I got the green, and that's how I got the Winkostella splatter all over it. So that's how I did that one. And again, I just put a little bit of color around the edge of the label just to make that stand out. So again, you know, we see a lot with the blue, but you can definitely do green or whatever color. And then the other card I want to show you is the one with the actual designer paper, which is so, so beautiful. All I did here is I added some white here, and the label. Otherwise, it is this gorgeous designer paper, which does the beauty all by itself. It is so gorgeous. So there we have a few samples of this gorgeous sun print stamp and dies and my favorite embossing folder. So there we go, ladies. You adore that paper. I do too. And you know, I don't have it yet, but it's been on my wish list and even more now because this designer paper, they've never done this before. They've actually, even though it's the blue and the gray granite tone, they have actually made one now with all different colors with the Blackberry Bliss and other cards. So now you can do them in more colors with that beautiful designer paper. So there we go. So thank you, ladies. Look forward to seeing some more. And just want to quickly say that we have some things that are happening this month. You've probably heard about the starter kit. We have a starter, if you want to become a demonstrator, whether it be hobby just for 3 months or more, or you want to do it as a business, they are putting out their big, I've never seen it before actually. It's a starter kit, which normally is just the normal business things, but they are now putting a $99 value of the in colors. So you get the stamp pads, you get the designer paper. Where did my other paper go? It disappeared. Anyway, you get also the graph paper. Oh, maybe it's on the back of this. Here we go. The grid paper, which is in these beautiful colors with the Abigail Rose, and the cardstock. So incredible deal. If you're wanting to get some of the in colors, you could just sign up for 3 months. That would be a very exciting way to be able to get a good deal. So that's one. And then don't forget, we have our stamping fun together. This one is our in-person event, which is going to be happening at the end of the month on May 28th. And we're going to have a lot of fun with that event. You can choose to do the card class only, or you can stay and do the potluck and the option 2, where it's kind of like a tool studio. So we'll be doing that. Usually I do it at the last Saturday of the month. And now we also have a online version. So it's where you can do the class that we had here. You can do our class, and I will send out the card kits to you. And either you can watch the video or you can join us while we do our cards together in a Zoom. So lots of options that I am trying to put out there for everyone. So let me know. You can sign up on my Stampin' Up! Website or on my blog or on my Facebook. I will have all the different links. So there you go, ladies. I see lots of hearts. You like those cards? I'm so glad. I was very thrilled to show you those tonight. All right, ladies. We'll see you again soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.